Yeah, hi there, and welcome back. And let us continue with our lesson. And let's go and see how we can trigger the build in our dev branch. So on the dev branch, we have already configured the build, and now we can trigger that build. So what we will do now is we will go to the overview, and we will configure all of those stuff in our Android Studio, and then we will push that branch to the over here, and that should trigger or build in our App Center. So let's go back to the Android Studio over here, and let me go to the terminal over here, and I will just say the git and brng branch, and I'm currently in the dev branch, and let me create a new branch. So basically it's a good practice to make a new branches whenever you are dealing with some new feature, or you are dealing with a bug fix or anything. So that should be on the new branch. Don't try to do everything in one branch and push it. So that way it will be more difficult to manage your project, because your another team member may also be doing some changes on that branch, and maybe he's doing the same thing that you are doing. So it may get conflict, and there is a lot of chances to have a code conflict over there. So it's always good practice to have a different branch whenever you are working with some kind of different feature, or you are doing some bug fix, or you are doing something. So make sure you don't forget to create a new branch over here. So I'll create a new branch, git, I'll say check out dash b, and I will say uh, implement, or I can just say that implement the app center. Just hit enter. Now if I check the git branch, and now sorry git branch, and now I'm on the different branch, implement the app center. Now I can do all of the changes, and let me try to go to the app center over here, and I will copy the dependencies. Just copy this one and go to Android Studio, and I'll go to the app or the module level apps build over here and paste that one. And for this one, I'll just cut this section and go to the project level build and paste it below over here. And then I'll go and remove this section, right? And I'll call this one as a app center, and I think that should be fine. So if you want, you can just remove this curly brace over here and just synchronize the Gradle build, and I think that should be fine. And the next step that we have over here is we need to configure start the SDK. So we need to open your app main activity class and add the following import statement. The best way to add this one is to your application class, and you can extend the application class and then add this code, because this need to be done at the beginning of your application gets started. So I will copy this and I'll go back, and I think we have an application class already that is of to-do application, and I'll create a new function. So private function, and I'll just say set up the apps center, and there I will just go and paste that code, and I need to convert it to the Kotlin. So just convert it, because that was in the Java. So I need to import this analytic. Just import that one, and make sure you import it from the com.microsoft.appcenter.analytics, and then get application. I need to remove with this, right? So this is the current application class, and this is the app secret that we have. So this is the app secret that we are getting, and whenever your app change, that need to be changed over there. Just don't copy and paste the same app secret on each application. And now I can just copy this and I can call it from here. So set up the app center, and then we still have some more stuff, I think. So now build and launch your application and go to the analytics section, right? And you should see your one active user. So I think that should be the one, and the app center distribution service enabled. Okay, so I think that's all we have to configure over here. And the next is we will have to configure the, let me go over here and I'll go to project, and select the readme file. So on the readme file, I have previously copied the advanced section, the badge that we need a badge. So I hope you guys have copied that one. I'll just copy this one, right, and copy and close, don't save this one, and paste it over here. So if you don't have, or if you haven't copied that one, you can just go back to the build section over here and go to the setting and just copy the build status badge. So the build status badge, you can just mark down and copy, and then you can just come and paste it over here. That's the same thing. So we have added all of the configuration that is needed for our app to connect with our app center. And then let's go and close all of those stuff. And then now I can commit. So I'll just go over here and I say git add. So let me drag it a bit. And I think let me close this and create a new one. So git add, the command is add all of those stuff, and I've committed git commit dash m committed, and I'll just say config configure app center, and that should be okay. And I can push that one, git and push dash I think get origin to the, what is the branch name, I forgot, so I have to get the branch name. So git branch, sorry, it should be branch branch. So I need this branch name to push it to this branch. Just copy this and paste it over here and just hit it, enter, and I think that should be okay. So I need to log in. So how do I log in? Let me connect. I have a multiple GitHub account, so I will log in with the binary IT solution. So let me log in with that one. Okay, let us check and let me wait. Okay, I think that the push is done. Yeah, so I'll go and check in my GitHub account over here, and if I go to the pull request and compare and pull, so I think I have a new pull request over here. That's great. So here it is, the implement the app center. Now I need to merge this with the dev branch, because dev is the first branch that we need to set up, because the master branch is your working branch. So don't directly just go and push everything to the master branch. So sometimes the code is not working, or sometimes you want to have some code checking or code review process or link checking. So don't just go and push it everything to the master branch. So master branch should be protected, and only when you have a working build, then only just go and push it to the master branch. So master branch should be always safe. Okay, and on the first step we will go and configure with the dev. I will try to merge it, so that should be okay. Configure the app center, and then I'll just to create a pull request. And then here is a great thing that you can see over here. Now we have something in check over. Some checks haven't yet passed. Actually, you can just go and merge it. That's not a big deal over here. But now you can see we have some checks over here. The check is going to check something, right? So you can see here the some check haven't passed yet. So if you want to just go and push it, or you can just go and merge it, then that's we cannot control that one. But it's always good practice that you have to wait for this one to pass, then only merge it to your dev branch. So you have to wait it and see whether this build process is passed, whether it has some error. So it will give you a notification over here whether it passed successfully or it failed. So if it passed, then you are ready to go and merge it with the dev branch, because your dev branch is already working and it has already working code, and now you are pushing it through a new branch and merging it to the dev branch. And suppose that branch is not working and has some error, then your dev branch will also have the same issue. So it's always good that you go and wait for this build to be completed. And the next thing that we have to go and look at is over here. If I go to the dev branch, now if I try to refresh, and let us take a look over here. Now you can see that it's automatically building the application for us. So this is the commit that we have made, and we want to push it to the dev branch. So it is trying to run and build for us. So you can see build number one, and just 1 minute ago, and it's building for us. So we can see all of the output over here. So that's the continuous integration that we have implemented. So whenever we are pushing it to the dev branch, we can see that it is triggering a build for us. Now we have to wait for this build to complete, and if it is complete, then it will have a green check mark over here. That means we are good to go and merge it with a dev branch. And this is the first steps to add the continuous integration to our Android development. And I hope you guys have some already understand some of the basic stuff over here, why we are doing all of this stuff. So we have to create a new branch every time whenever we are dealing with a new feature or the bug fix of anything. And then when we try to merge it with, or when we try to merge it, or when we try to have a pull request, at that time it should go and check for some condition like the build should be passed, or it should not have any error with the linting, or so all of those things we can configure. And then when it has passed all of those checks, then only we can go and merge it. So now if you go to the check over here, you can also check from here that it is going and building our application. So you can see that view more detail on App Center. You can just click on here and it will direct you to that particular build, and you can see all of those build stuff going on over here. And you can see all of the pull request build. So when we made a pull request to from the new branch to our dev branch, so that's why it has a pull request. And then if I go back to the GitHub, okay, you can see that the check concluded with as a success. So if you see here, we have successfully built. So I think that is already completed. If you go to the build, and if I go inside this and check, the build has successfully completed. So you can see that there is no error, so nothing is over here. And that means if I go over here and go to the section conversation over here, now we can see all check has been passed. That's great, right? So which means that we have implemented our first CI to our to-do Android-CD CI/CD application. So now I can go and merge and confirm. So this way you can confirm that there is no error in this pull request and everything has passed, the test has passed, then I can go and merge it. Now I can just go and delete that branch if I don't need it. So I can just go and delete that branch. And now if I go back to my over here to the application, and then now I can create a new pull request and merge it with other branches. But if I go and check on the master branch, and let me show you, let me go to the master branch, and if I check the code over here, it's different. And if I check now the dev branch, that should have a different code. That's the new code that we have added. And now if you try to run our application from here, and let me try to run the application, and the build has successfully been done. If I go to my app, it's already running. And now if I go back to the App Center, and if I go to the somewhere here, and I will go to my diagnostic, I think I don't have any crash. And for the analytic, so I should see some application already running. So you can see that I have a one device, right? So you can see one device, and I don't have any of these information, but you can see basic stuff of the information that we have. That means that we have successfully configured our App Center with our Android application, and now we have analytics over here. And if you go back to build, and there is another merge a pull request. So this is another building over here when we are going to build. So if you go over here, and you can see that it is running and merge a pull request. So whenever we are having a merging a pull request, so the dev branch is having whenever it's having a pull request, then it is going to trigger a build for us. If you check the setting that we have, And that, yeah, here the build frequency. When you want build this branch on every push, so whenever we have some push to this branch, it's going to trigger the build for us. And that's it for this lesson, and hope you enjoyed this lecture. We'll meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.